So here is the fourth and last part of the one fact about every country in the world. Since I forgot to mention Equatorial Guinea, let's start with this country. Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is the only country in Africa to have Spanish as an official language. Poland. The Polish language is difficult to learn, so much so that even Polish natives have a difficult time speaking and writing it correctly sometimes. Portugal. Portugal is a developed country. According to the Global Peace Index 2022, it ranks as the 6th safest country in the world. Qatar. Qatar is the country least at risk of experiencing natural disasters, according to the 2019 World Risk Report compiled by the United Nations. Romania. Approximately 6,000 brown bears are to be found in the Romanian Carpathians, from a total of 200,000 brown bears worldwide, forming the largest population in Europe outside of Russia. Russia. Russia lies in both Europe and Asia. 1/4 of its territory is in Europe and 3/4 in Asia. Despite many people believing Russia is on the Asian continent, only 22% of the population resides in the Asian section. Rwanda. Since 2003, Rwanda has consistently had the highest proportional female representation of parliamentarians in the world. As of 2019, 61% of its lower house is female. St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is also the smallest sovereign state in the Western Hemisphere, both in terms of area and population. St. Lucia. St. Lucia is the world's only country named specifically after a woman. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent and the Grenadines have the world's 7th highest murder rate at 36.5 international homicides per 100,000 people. Samoa. In 2009, Samoa became the first country in decades to officially switch from right to left side driving. The change was made to bring Samoa in line with Australia and New Zealand, as it is cheaper to import cars from there than from right-side driving countries such as the US or Europe. San Marino. San Marino did not participate in World War I and World War II and remained neutral. Sao Tome and Principe. Sao Tome and Principe is one of the least visited countries in the world, only receiving around 29,000 tourists in 2017. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the largest country with no rivers at all. It's 2.25 million square kilometers. Senegal. The Cape Verde Peninsula in west-central Senegal is the westernmost point of continental Africa. Serbia. Serbia's agricultural land area is approximately 58%, while forests cover 31.6% of its total land area. Sierra Leone. The island is home to around 9,000 vascular plant species, 785 bird species, 320 mammal species, 425 reptiles, and 510 freshwater fish. Singapore. Singapore is the only country, city, and island in the world. Slovakia. Slovakia is known for its exceptional concentration of caves. There are over 1,000 within its borders. Slovenia. In 2004, Slovenia became the first former country of Yugoslavia to join the European Union. Solomon Islands. 1. The boat of President Kennedy sank. The president, along with 10 other survivors, swam to the uninhabited Plum Pudding Island. It has now been renamed Kennedy Island. Somalia. Somalia has longest coastline in mainland Africa. The coast of the country stretches 3,025 kilometers. South Africa. There are 11 official languages, each with equal status in South Africa. Also, almost 80% of South Africa's population is Christian. South Sudan. South Sudan is home to the Sud, Africa's largest wetland and one of the largest tropical wetlands in the world. Spain. Spain has the 2nd highest life expectancy of all the OECD countries, at an impressive 83 years. Only the Japanese have a higher life expectancy. Sri Lanka. Buddhism is Sri Lanka's major religion, practiced by over 70% of the population. Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity make up the remainder. Sudan. After the separation of South Sudan from the north, an estimated 5 to 7 billion barrels of oil reserves have been lost to South Sudan, bringing a great tension between the two. Suriname. The country was once known as Dutch Guiana due to their dependency of the Netherlands, just like French Guiana. Sweden. 2/3 of the total country's land area is covered by forests with a total area of 280,650 square kilometers. Switzerland. Switzerland has enough underground bunker capacity that it can hide its entire population in case of a nuclear war. Syria. Because of a civil conflict, Syria has seen at least 400,000 Syrians lose their lives and displaced, 5.6 million refugees. As such, Syria has the lowest net migration in the world with a negative 5.4 million in a 5-year period. Tajikistan. Tajikistan has a highly mountainous terrain, with over 90% of the territory being mountainous. Tanzania. The country has designated 25% of its land to wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. It's among the highest in the world, and the total area is greater than the size of Germany. Thailand. In Thailand, it is illegal to step on its currency or even tear it. It may seem like an odd way to respect money, but the real reason is that its currency carries the image of Thailand's king. It is actually illegal to disrespect the monarch. Togo. In 2015 in Lomé, the biggest seizure of ivory in African history took place when over 4 tons of elephant tusks were apprehended, representing around 800 poached elephants. Tonga. Tonga is the only monarchy in Oceania. Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is highly biodiverse and has a high species-to-area ratio, with approximately 2,200 species of flowering plants, 400 species of birds, 100 species of mammals, 85 species of reptiles, and 30 species of amphibians. Tunisia. Tunisia is the northernmost African country. Turkey. The tulip flower, which is the symbol of the Netherlands, was originally discovered in Turkey. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is for 70% covered in desert, but what's funny is that 30 million years ago there was a gigantic sea here, kind of the opposite. Tuvalu. The .tv country domain extension assigned to Tuvalu generates 10% of its revenue. One famous example is twitch.tv. Uganda. Uganda is home to a startling array of natural wonders, including Africa's tallest mountain range, the source of the Nile, the world's longest river, and Africa's largest lake. Ukraine. There are 2 different biomes in Ukraine. The northern and western regions are a mixed forest with temperate climate and broadleaf trees. Meanwhile, the southern and eastern regions are steppes with grassland plains and few trees. United Arab Emirates. The UAE has no permanent rivers or natural lakes. Instead, the country largely relies on rainwater falling in the Hajar Mountains that forms year-round water in wadis and underground gorges. United Kingdom. It is estimated that there are more than 300 different languages spoken in London. This is due to the many different cultures in the capital. Also, it is estimated that Britons drink on average 165 million cups of tea every day. The fun thing here is that in the US, the teas consumed is 20 times lower. United States. The United States experiences the highest rate of tornadoes of any country in the world. On an average, the country deals with more than 1,000 tornadoes every year. Uruguay. There are more sheep in Uruguay than humans. In 2005, Uruguay had 9,712,000 sheep, which was second highest in South America after Brazil. Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is a doubly landlocked nation. There are only 2 such countries in the world, the other one being Liechtenstein in Europe. Vanuatu. Bungee jumping was invented in Vanuatu. It's one of the 22 countries without an army, and they are the 4th happiest countries in the world, according to the Happy Planet Index. Venezuela. Venezuela has the world's tallest waterfall. Angel Falls has a height of 979 meters, or 3,212 feet, and a drop of 807 meters, or 2,648 feet. Vietnam. Motorbikes are everywhere in Vietnam. More than 8 in 10 people own a motorbike in Vietnam, with over 45 million registered motorbikes in Vietnam in 2016. Yemen. One of the more fun facts about Yemen is that it's where mocha coffee gets its name. The port city of Mocha was once a vast coffee marketplace and is considered the birthplace of the coffee trade. Zambia. Zambia has one of the world's fastest growing populations, with the UN projecting that its population will triple by 2050, from 13 million in 2011. And the very last country of this video and series with which we can close this chapter of the channel, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is home to Victoria Falls, the world's largest sheet of falling water. The falls span the entire breadth of the Zambezi River at more than 1,700 meters wide and drop approximately 108 meters. And with this fact, we ended the One Fact About Every Country series. If you like the series, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below what you'd like to see next. As always, thank you for watching, and see you in the next of Earth Basics.